The other example I like to give, which to me was very touching and very profound, I had a period of time, again, early in my career, where I was working at an alternative cancer hospital in Mexico. And my job was to work with the cancer patients about whatever might possibly be a psychological component of their cancer. And one of my patients, that we called them patients then, but I think of them as clients now, more equal. Um, she was there with stomach cancer, and pretty extreme case, and a lot of pain and distress, and touch and go as to whether things would succeed or not. And so we started working, and so she tells me about the stomach cancer, and she's just talking in general about it, right? And I said, well, what if we let the cancer talk to us? So why don't you, got her mindful, go inside, close your eyes, if that's okay with you, and go down there and get her into that deep other kind of consciousness that's required within mindfulness. And have her feel the stomach, feel her stomach, feel the stomach tumor that's there. It's big, it's heavy, feels like it's here, it's to the left. I mean, really looking at the details about it. And I then, just because it's part of our arsenal of somatic techniques, I said to her, well, if your stomach, the tumor, like it could be in the tumor, if the tumor could speak, what would the tumor want to say? And she said, eat those potatoes. And I thought, oh, so tell me about that. Let's open the file on eat those potatoes. Does that have resonance for you? She bursts into tears. She remembers being very impoverished as a child, right? And all they had to eat were potatoes. And her mother would stand over her saying, eat those potatoes. Other people are starving, but we're not going to starve. We've got potatoes. But she didn't like potatoes. She didn't like being forced to eat, right? And so here, 45, 50 years later, it shows up as a tumor in her stomach. This psychological injunction about how you're supposed to be, what your status in the world is, that what you have to do, and how it goes against what your actual organic feeling is, which is, I don't like potatoes, right? Just that whole thing. And we actually, from there, went on to work with that. And she made a bunch of progress, the doctor said, because she started having a different attitude towards her tumor, which was, oh, it's the tumor speaking for me, as opposed to it's something I have to kill, right? It started becoming like an ally in a way, like, oh, the tumor's standing up for me and saying, the part of me that couldn't say to my mother, I don't want to eat those potatoes, my tumor is saying it for me now, all these years later. And it led to then that sense of self-empowerment, that kind of cheerleading we were talking before, that preciousness within the self, that you're destined to do what's right for yourself.